Hey guys, ECRG here, and today we're going to talk about what exactly does a CTA do. That's a clinical trial assistant, coming right up. Hey guys, ECRG here, and today we're going to talk about what exactly is a CTA. That's a clinical trial assistant. For those of you guys who don't know, they are on the clinical side of things, so it's an entry-level position, just like the project management assistant or project specialist or project coordinator. Sometimes I've seen this position CTA called clinical trial associate, but not to be confused with CRA, which is a clinical research associate. So there's some acronyms here that we do not want to confuse with each other. So this is a CTA, clinical trial assistant, and a lot of companies have this position, but it's an entry-level position on the clinical side of things, hence its name, clinical trial assistant. Now, what are they most likely going to be doing on a daily basis? What is their bread and butter? What pays the bills for the clinical trial assistant? Well, the first thing they're going to be doing is managing the TMF. Now, we talked in the project management assistant video that they also do TMF as well, but they're on the project management side, and they are more of a jack of all trades position, where the CTA is less of a jack of all trades. They're going to be doing TMF. They're going to be involved heavily in the TMF. That's their bread and butter. That's their number one. They may also take meeting minutes, but they're not going to be taking them like the project coordinator, project assistant position. They're going to be not take the meeting minutes as much. They may have one or two a week, or if not at all. It's more common for a CTA not to do meeting minutes really at all. That's true for all the CTAs that I know. They are involved heavily in the TMF. They are involved heavily in managing queries and responding to queries and closing out queries. So those are two things that they do a lot of, the TMF and queries. Also, since they are on the clinical side, they're going to have more interaction with sites than someone on the project management side would have. So they may talk to sites more often. They're definitely going to be in charge of sending things to sites that they need, like study binders. So they're definitely going to have all that. Sites may call them from time to time, so they're going to have to respond to the site's requests and relay that to the rest of the team being CRAs and the project team. So they are going to be involved in that capacity as well. Clinical trial assistants are also going to be doing some other administrative tasks here and there, maybe a tracker here and there, but they aren't going to live in the tracker like a project manager or project management assistant are going to be. The scope of what a clinical trial assistant is much smaller than on the project management side, but they are more involved on the clinical aspects of it, like the TMF. They're going to be more involved dealing with the sites. So if you like that stuff, clinical trial assistant is definitely a position you should keep an eye out for. But I find on the project management side, the scope is much greater. They're going to be doing a little bit of this, a little bit of that, more jack of all trades. Where the clinical trial assistant is going to be a little bit more condensed in what they do, what they are involved with. Which, there's pros and cons to both sides. It's not really a bad way. But for myself, I'm partial to getting in on the project management side, just because you have that wide array of skill sets. You have that wide array of knowledge of the trial. So there's that. That's what a CTA does, a clinical trial assistant. A lot of companies have that position. It's a good position to get your foot in the door in clinical research, if that's what you're looking for. Also, there are a lot of people who love that role so much that they just stay in that role for years. You can move up. You start out as a level 1, and then you can move up level 2, level 3, senior CTA. And the CTA role typically funnels into either an in-house CRA role or a clinical research associate role. Of course, you have to get trained after you complete the CTA positions. You have to get trained to go into a CRA role, but they're really a good starting point to get into that role and to eventually get up into upper management. So that's a good place to start if you're looking to get into clinical research. Once again, a lot of companies have that role, and it's a great role to get your foot in the door and get started. All right, guys, if you like this video, please like it. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button Give us an email at eliteclinicalgroup@gmail.com. If you are a CTA, comment down below and you're listening to this, or if you want to come on the podcast or do an interview with us talking about your experience as a CTA, or just leave a comment down below. We'd love to hear from you. Always comment back, always respond. All right, guys, take care.